It is a Sunday evening in late October, a little after 5. You are at the kitchen table with a cup of coffee going cold, and you can feel it on your ankles. A thin ribbon of cold air sliding in from the back door. It moves the hem of the curtain just barely. The furnace kicks on down in the basement, runs a while, and shuts off. 10 minutes later, it kicks on again. You put your hand down near the floor by that door, cold, steady, like somebody cracked a window and forgot about it. Nobody cracked a window. That cold air is coming in under the door. There is a gap down there, between the bottom of the door and the threshold. In a lot of older houses, it is wide enough to slide a pencil through. Wide enough for drafts, for dust, and for the ants and spiders that show up every fall like they own the place. Now here is where this story usually goes wrong. A flyer lands on the porch. Fall weatherization special, it says. Or your neighbor mentions the nice young man who came out to her place. He walked the house, tightened up her doors, and left a bill on the counter. The folks at Homeguide track what this work costs, and they say having a door sweep installed runs about $75 to $150 per door. Per door. That is the price of a part you can hold in one hand. Plus, maybe 20 minutes of somebody's afternoon. The part is called a door sweep. The one I keep in the shop is a Frost King self-stick sweep. White, 36 inches long, 1.5 inches tall. At Home Depot, it runs about $7.28. That is the whole part. No truck, no clipboard, no invoice. And putting one on is about the gentlest job in home repair. No wiring, no plumbing, no ladder, nothing heavy. If you can peel a sticker and cut a piece of cardboard, you are qualified for this one. So today, I have 11 things the fellows with the trucks would rather you did not know. Not because they are bad men. Most of them are honest. But their price only makes sense as long as you never bend down and look under your own door. Let's look. Number 1. The gap is bigger than it feels. A door only needs a small space under it to swing free. Anything past that is just a hole in your wall, lying sideways. Stretch that little gap out in your mind along the full width of the door. Now, picture a hole that size punched through the siding. You would call somebody about that hole today. The one under the door hides because it sits in shadow, down where nobody looks. Out of sight is how it survives, winter after winter. Number 2. The daylight test costs you nothing. Wait for a bright afternoon. Shut the door and turn off the lights in that room. Now look at the bottom edge from the inside. If daylight shows through, air is moving through that same space all day and all night. Do the sides and the top while you are down there. Light is honest. Wherever you can see the sun, the wind has a key to your house. If your days are busy, run the same test after dark, in reverse. Have somebody stand outside with a flashlight and sweep it slow along the bottom of the closed door. You stand inside with the lights off. Every place the beam leaks through is a place the cold walks in. Before we get to number 3, one small thing. There is a little square code up in the top right of your screen. That is where I keep the printed checklist for this job, the tests, the sizes, and the shopping list, all on one page. Point your phone camera at the square, and it will take you right there. Or just type the address you see on your screen. Big print, no charge, easy to tape inside the pantry door. Number 3. The dollar bill test tells you what the $75 visit tells you. This is the one that pays for the whole video. Take a dollar bill, open the door, lay the bill across the threshold, and close the door on it. Now pull it out slowly. If it drags and fights you, that spot seals fine. If it slides out easy, with no grip at all, you have your answer. Work the bill along the threshold in a few spots, then around the sides. That is the whole diagnosis. It is the same answer the man with the clipboard sells at the bottom of that range, about $75. Your version costs $1, and you get the dollar back. Number 4. Measure twice, cut once, and the sweep fits like it grew there. Measure the width of your door at the bottom, not the frame. Write it down. Measure again, because doors are rarely the exact size you remember. A 36-inch sweep covers a standard door, and most of us trim a little off. Mark your line and cut the sweep with tin snips or a hacksaw. Snips for the light aluminum ones, a hacksaw if the strip is heavier. Go slow, stay on the line, and file the sharp corner smooth with a few strokes. Number 5. Self-stick and screw-on are different animals, and the stores will not stop you from buying the wrong one. Self-stick is the peel and press kind, and it holds fine on a smooth, painted steel or fiberglass door. That is, most back doors built in the last 40 years. Screw-on is the kind you fasten with small screws, and it is the right call on rough wood, flaking paint, or any door where tape has failed you before. Screws do not care about dust or cold. If your door is old wood with character, spend the extra few minutes and drive the screws. The screw-on kind usually comes with its holes already made in the strip. Hold it in place, mark through the holes with a pencil, and start each screw by hand. A small dab of soap on the threads helps them bite old wood without splitting it. Number 6. The sticky kind only sticks to a clean, warm door. This is where most self-stick jobs die young. Wipe the bottom face of the door with rubbing alcohol on a rag and let it dry all the way. No dust, no cooking film, no chalky paint powder. Then do the job on a mild afternoon, not a freezing morning, because the adhesive grabs best on a warm surface. Peel a little backing at a time, press as you go, and rub the whole strip down hard with your thumb. Done warm and clean, it stays put for years. Number 7. The draft snake is a decoy. You know the one. The long fabric tube, sometimes sewn like a dachshund, lying against the door. Here is the problem. It moves every single time the door opens. Then somebody has to bend down and put it back. Every single time. All winter. Most nights it ends up a foot from the door, guarding nothing. A sweep is fastened to the door itself. It rides along, seals when the door shuts, and never asks to be picked up off the floor. Retire the snake to the craft drawer. Number 8. Set the height so it brushes, not drags. This is the adjustment nobody tells you about. Hold the sweep against the door before anything is peeled or screwed. The flexible edge should just kiss the threshold along its whole length. Too high, and you leave a slot for the wind. Too low, and the door drags, scuffs your floor, and works the sweep loose. Close the door a few times while you hold it in place. When it wipes the threshold gently and the door still swings easy, that is your spot. Mark it with a pencil. Number 9. Do the sides of the door the same afternoon. The bottom gap is the big one, but the sides and top leak too, through worn-out weather strip. The folks at Angie put weather stripping a door at about $35 to $90 per door when you hire it done, labor and materials. The store sells the foam and vinyl strips for pocket change by comparison, and it is the same peel and press motion you just learned. You already have the rag and the alcohol out. 20 more minutes, and the whole door is tight, all 4 edges. Number 10. Here is the part that got my attention years ago in my own hallway. That furnace in the basement burns money to make warm air. Every hour of every winter night, some of that warm air was slipping out under my back door, and my cold ankles were the proof. I had paid for that heat. It was mine, and it was leaving through a gap I had walked past 10,000 times. I will not pretend to tell you a number, because your house and your winter are not mine. But you have felt that draft. Whatever your heat costs you, some of it has been going under that door every winter you have owned the place. Sunday, it took a $7 strip and part of an afternoon to make it stop. My father would have fixed it the first week. It took me 11 years. That is the only part of this story I am not proud of. Number 11. Sometimes it truly is the professional's job, and I will tell you exactly when. Stand back and look at the whole door. If the gap is wide at the top corner and tight at the bottom, or the door rubs and will not latch without a shoulder, the door is sagging on its hinges. A sweep cannot fix a crooked door, and I would not let you waste $7 trying. Sagging hinges, rotten thresholds, or a frame that shifted with the house, that is carpenter work. Calling one for that is not defeat. That is knowing the difference, and the trades respect a customer who knows the difference. So here is your Saturday. A dollar bill, a flashlight, if you like, and 10 minutes of looking. Then one trip to the store, about $7.28 for the sweep. A little more if you do the side strips while you are there. An afternoon with a rag, a pencil, and a pair of snips. And then a winter where the curtain hem holds still. The floor by the door stays warm, and the ants find somewhere else to spend the season. The house does not need you to be a tradesman. It just needs you to bend down and look at it once in a while. Next week, I am going after the biggest leak in the house, and it is not a door at all. It is the attic hatch over your hallway, the one with no handle. We will seal it for less than dinner. Take care of the place. It is taking care of you.